What is up, everybody? It's Jordan Camrian back with another video. Well, if you've been following the channel over the last few months, guys, you are making some absolutely phenomenal gains in the market right now. And we're going to continue to discuss our base case, which is the biggest blow off top in crypto history, where everyone will think crypto will change the world at the 10 trillion market cap, the 4236 Fibonacci level, before we get the dot-com bubble 2.0, where then everyone will call crypto a scam. Including your grandma and uncle. So let's jump on into it. Let's not waste any time. So for anyone new to the channel, ever since about late January, February timeframe, when we had Bitcoin come back down and test this 50 moving average band, which is our 50 moving average, 50 simple moving average and 50 exponential moving average, we said as long as Bitcoin holds this, we remain bulls on the crypto market. And what do you know? We saw Bitcoin hold the 50 moving average band over here in March and April, exactly as it did in 2024, down here in August and September of 2024, before Bitcoin had its next rally to the upside, and back over here in 2023, where we saw Bitcoin hold the 50 moving average band in June of 2023 and October 2023, before Bitcoin had this impulse to the upside. So once again, Bitcoin holds the 50 moving average band. The narrative was tariffs. Everyone gets bearish at the lows, typical almost every single time. And what do you know, Bitcoin is impulsing to the upside. And we now have Bitcoin hitting basically the weekly close, previous all-time highs up here at 104,000. So this is the start, guys. This is the start of what we're looking over here for, which is our base case, which is the total market cap chart, getting basically the biggest market cap move in history up to the 10 trillion 4236 Fibonacci level, the top of this rising wedge. Before ultimately we see the cryptocurrency market have its own dot-com bubble, or I think what will be called the crypto com bubble, I guess you can call it. But yeah, so we're going to discuss this today and kind of talk about, we're starting to see altcoins move now. Ethereum's getting moves up. Altcoins across the board are getting moves up right on time. Not too unexpected, as we do have Bitcoin hitting the level where typically altcoins started to move in these last two impulses. So let's go on into it. So you guys, we go over here on the total cryptocurrency market cap chart. You guys can see that crypto total market cap is now at 3.33 trillion. So we are a third of the way to the 10 trillion point. And basically since the middle of April, for about a month, we've seen total market cap rise about 50%. And I do think this is just the start of this rally. And if you were bullish down here at the 50 moving average for total market cap and the 50 moving average for Bitcoin, as we were on this channel, we were letting the tariff narrative and all these bearish narratives, news events get in our head. We remain bullish as long as the charts tell us that it was time to remain bullish. And they did. So why? Once again, why are we looking for this massive blow off top in crypto? Well, it's not just what we feel, right? It's not what we feel. It's not what we think. It's based off charts. So just to kind of start with this total market cap chart, and then we'll move over obviously to our stablecoin dominance chart, which I think is the biggest indicator of why I think we're going to continue to see a massive impulse in the total cryptocurrency market. And then we'll go over here to total 3 and explain the altcoin movement and what we expect for altcoins over the next few months. But let's start with the total market cap chart. So why the move to the 4236 Fibonacci level, 10 trillion? Well, there's major confluence, right? If we take a simple trend line from the 2017 top to the 2021 tops, it conveniently, if we do impulse up, conveniently towards the end of this year, that gets us almost close to the top of that trend line, and the 4236 Fibonacci from the bull market highs to the bear market lows. And a lot of confluence up there at the 10 trillion point. And a lot of people at the lows down here were sort of laughing at the thought that total market cap could even rise, never find the fact that it could get an impulse to the upside. And here we are, total market cap already pushing, getting close to the previous all-time high up there at about 3.72 trillion. So for anyone that thinks that's an impossible move, I just want to once again clarify that that's only a 3x move for total market cap. And the reason why it looks so big is just because we're on the logarithmic scale, right? So a move from 3.33 trillion to 10 trillion, once again, is only a 3x move. And just to put it into perspective, the previous two impulses on total market cap, this one right here, we did see almost a 3x move, 182%. And then this move right here, We saw about 115%, right? About, a little over a 2x. So a 3x move on total market cap from here is not that big of a move. It's more about the size of the amount of money coming into the market, which is, more so why we expect this massive blow off top. So, why do we expect this, right? So that's cool. We have confluence up there at the 4236 Fibonacci. We topped out. Once again, we can kind of draw Fibonacci from the bull market high to the previous bear market low and say, okay, we throw on the 4236. We did top out the 4236 last cycle, but that's great, right? Doesn't mean it's guaranteed that we do it again. Why do we think that we could get that massive impulse to the upside? Well, there's a couple different reasons, right? Before we jump on into more so the altcoin market, which I'm excited about here. And just to clarify, this total market cap chart, I do believe a lot of this will be Bitcoin rising, but I also believe, to get to that 10 trillion point, we're really going to need Ethereum to start really cruising up. And right on time, we are starting to see Ethereum. Ethereum's like almost 2x in the last month, right? And I do think it's kind of just the start for Ethereum here. The Ethereum's got a long way to go to the upside, but in order to get to that 10 trillion point, you're really going to need altcoins to start moving, right? Why do we think that? Well, this is sort of the base case here, and this is what we've been talking about on the channel is stablecoin dominance forming this massive Wyckoff accumulation, right? And so what do we know about ranges, right? So we had these range highs at about 7 to 8% that we've seen rejection from almost every single year in crypto since 2021, right? So when we came up to these highs in April, we were expecting this to reject just because it is a major resistance. And what do you know? Right from that level, and the confirmed breakdown of this trend line from this resistance, that was the signal right here in about middle of April that really start to send the total cryptocurrency market cap on a breakout, right? So that breakdown right there was the short-term signal for us. Now, we're thinking about more this long-term, right? Short-term is short-term. I don't really care about the short-term right now. I'm more concerned with the higher time frame aspects. So I do think this is going to come at least all the way back down to the bottom of the range. I do think it's going to make a new low. And what that new low is going to do is going to get everyone super euphoric, thinking this is going to go much, much lower. But I do think we're going to set a new low on this. But ultimately what it's forming, and if you guys know anything about Wyckoff accumulation, is this triple tap, right? So two lows, we come down, we make a lower low, get everyone super bearish on this chart before it rips up. And this inverse chart, which has basically been perfect, you've been following the channel, right? We've been calling this to dip all the way back down to the bottom of the range. This inverses. So if stablecoin dominance goes down, we expect total market cap to go up. And that's exactly what we've seen, right? We've seen stablecoin dominance hit resistance, break to the downside, and we've seen total market cap shift to the upside. So what we're expecting is this move down on stablecoin dominance, guys, is what's going to be the catalyst to get this 10 trillion point on crypto, the cryptocurrency total market cap here. Okay. So, as we kind of move along and as we kind of look at stablecoin dominance and what it could mean for total crypto market cap, what it can mean for Bitcoin, what it can mean for altcoins, we continue to look at this making a new low, right? Getting everyone really, really excited. And I think when it gets down here is when total market cap is going to be up in these all-time highs, getting everyone super, super euphoric, getting everyone antsy, getting your uncle and your grandma thinking, cryptocurrency is going to go up forever. And that's someone on this channel that we're going to be super, super bearish. We're going to be looking at exit plans. And we're going to be sort of, looking at taking profits on this market when everyone's getting super, super euphoric. We were bulls at the right time at the 50 moving average band, and we will be bears at the right time as Bitcoin breaks into new all-time highs and total market cap breaks into new all-time highs. We will be bears amongst the bulls. But right now, super, super bullish and kind of looking forward to this next move. Now, what was the other reason we expected cryptocurrency total market cap to continue up? Well, we were simply looking at the global liquidity chart and Bitcoin following the global liquidity chart, and really total market cap following the global liquidity chart. And we know that global liquidity leads Bitcoin by about 2 to 3 months. We've seen global liquidity shift up, right, up until about July in that case. So what we're expecting is Bitcoin and total market cap to kind of continue up until at least that mid-July period. If not, this could just continue higher. We don't know yet, so we'll continue to watch this. But when we put these two things together, right, cryptocurrency, total market cap following the global liquidity, stablecoin dominance getting a shift down to the range lows, Bitcoin holding the 50 moving average band, right? I want to go over here to the altcoin market, because this is really where I think the gains are going to stem from, for the rest of this bull market. I do think Bitcoin is going higher. I don't know how high Bitcoin's going to go, but I do think what's going to get total market cap to that 10 trillion point is this total 3 chart getting to at least the 2.5 trillion to the 3.35 trillion, which is the 2618 Fibonacci and the 3618 Fibonacci, just like it did in the last bull market, right? It sort of topped in between those two Fibonacci levels. That's kind of where I'm looking at it to get now. And that's going to be a massive gain for the altcoin market. And typically what we see in every crypto cycle is the altcoin market gets, sort of almost 80% of its gains in the last 6 months of a cycle, right? So if you still believe in the 4-year cycle, what we're expecting is altcoins to get a massive blow off top in the last 6 months of this year. And that's sort of my base case. And it kind of, the 4-year cycle kind of matches up with everything else we're looking at, right? When we put everything else together, which is stablecoin dominance, simply coming back down to support down here, right? The 4-year cycle, 6 months left in the 4-year cycle, total market cap shifting up to 10 trillion point, global liquidity shifting up, and Bitcoin holding the 50 moving average band, about to make new highs. Now, right on time, guys. Right on time. We have Ethereum and altcoins, right? We're going to look at the total 3 chart here real quick. We have altcoins shifting up like mad, right on time. And what we were expecting is altcoins to not really start to move up until we got a weekly candle that tested the weekly candle close highs of the previous all-time high. So that was about 104,000. And right on this weekly candle right here, Bitcoin came up to 104,000. That's really the candle that really started to shift this total 3 chart to the upside. Because we know in the previous 2 impulses for Bitcoin, it was this candle that got to that 71,000 point right there on November 4th. That was this candle that really shifted up the total 3 chart right here. And we know it was this candle down here on October 23rd that tested the previous weekly close, highs of the cycle so far of October 23rd, that really started to shift October 23rd, the total 3 chart, to really start to shift up in this impulse. So once again, we have Bitcoin coming up and testing the previous weekly close all-time highs. And what do you know? We're seeing total 3 shoot up. And, we're seeing Ethereum absolutely skyrocket, almost about 2x in about a month. And I think this is just the start for Ethereum, as there always is an Ethereum season every cycle, and it kind of catches everyone off guard when it does happen. So, we continue to say total market cap, it's going to be really hard for total market cap to reach this 10 trillion point without there being some sort of Ethereum season, because Ethereum is such a big part of the total market cap. So to get to that 10 trillion point, we're going to need to have some type of Ethereum season. And what do you know? Right on time, right when, stablecoin dominance is pointing to it, right when total 3 chart is breaking to the upside, which is very correlated with the Ethereum chart, we are seeing that Ethereum chart absolutely skyrocket. And I think it's only a matter of time before, obviously we're at some short-term resistance at the 50 moving average band right here for Ethereum. Maybe we get some short-term pullback here after about a 2x off the lows in about a month. But ultimately, I do expect Ethereum to come up and start making new all-time highs over the course of the next few months, my guys, right? So total 3, what we're looking for, 2.5 trillion to 3.35 trillion. Everyone, your mother, your uncle, your grandma will be screaming at the rooftops thinking crypto will change the world. And though they might be correct, I think they're going to just be really, really early before ultimately we see this chart absolutely crater. Most altcoins go to zero. 99% of altcoins go to zero. The strong ones survive before we see the real cryptocurrency bull run, later in this decade. Guys, a lot of things going on. Everything's going according to plan. Total market cap is shooting up. Congratulations if you stayed bullish at the lows. Congratulations if you added to your cryptos at the lows. You are printing right now, and you are very much earlier than a lot of people that were scared away because of the tariffs, scared away because the bullish crypto news in the beginning of this year did not result in crypto going up, right? You sort of didn't waver, and you continued to stay bullish. As our invalidation was simply Bitcoin staying above the 50 moving average band for pretty much the whole spring, and it did. So everything's going according to plan. Everything's perfect, guys. I do think this is going to be an absolute mind-bending pump over the course of the next few months. Once again, we're not going to go straight up. There's going to be pullbacks. Like Ethereum's probably due for a pullback, but I do think that this run is going to be a lot faster than people think. It's not going to give people major pullbacks to buy. And I do think it's going to lock a lot of people out and get a lot of people trapped at the highs Very similar to what we saw. A lot of people get trapped at the highs over here in 2021. So be prepared for your exit strategy now. Make sure you guys are laddering out, taking profits as prices move up, as your coins move up, and enjoy the ride, guys, because I do think that's, what comes after this is not going to be a fun time for the cryptocurrency market. But if you make a shitload of money on this move up, congratulations. We're going to be here for it, and we're going to continue to talk about it, as we kind of go along here, right? And the higher we go, the more cautious we're going to be. And we're going to be looking at all our indicators, Coinbase app ranking, right? Fear and Greed Index, which is only at greed right now, but we're going to start looking at those. As prices start to move up, it's time to start looking at those indicators again. Holy crap, things can change really, really fast. Bitcoin, almost at all-time highs. Total market cap, pretty much, we're talking about 12% from all-time highs. Things are moving fast. Things are getting crazy. And I do think this is just the start. And if your altcoin hasn't moved yet, I do think it will move. And I do think, once again, it's going to be the utility altcoins that ultimately get the last laugh for this last leg of the bull market. All right, guys. So it's been your boy, Jordan Cameron. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smack the subscribe button. Hit the like button before you go. 84,000 subscribers. Can we get to 85,000 on this video? Most people aren't going to believe this, guys. Most people are going to laugh at this video. But once again, remember, most people were laughing at these videos down here in April 7th, yelling tariffs. That ain't going to happen. Are you crazy? Most people will laugh at this scenario. I think it's the more likely. And once again, what's our invalidation? Bitcoin breaking the 50 moving average band, which currently right now is at 81,000. As long as Bitcoin stays above there, we remain high time frame bulls. All right. It's been your boy, Jordan Cameron. I'm out. Catch you guys in the next video tomorrow. See ya.